This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. The Dane County District Attorney is calling for the release of a woman arrested for shooting and killing a man on Wednesday.
News 3 Now previously named the 22-year-old woman because she is not facing any charges right now, and because of that, we will not continue to name her. Our Amanda Quintana is here with the details. Amanda?
Yes, District Attorney Ishmael Ozan is asking the Dane County Sheriff's Office to release the woman. She was arrested for killing her 25-year-old ex-boyfriend. Police say she told officers at the scene that she recently broke up with the man, but when he saw her driving, he began to follow her. She says she pulled into a parking lot where they got into an argument, and when he tried to get into her car, she shot him. In a letter, DA Ozan says he believes that the woman acted in self-defense. He says that the woman's statements, witness statements, and surveillance video support that claim. Ozan goes on to say, in balancing the time needed for the investigation to be completed, her limited prior criminal record, and the facts of this case, including evidence of recent prior domestic violence, I believe her release into the community at this time is appropriate while the investigation continues. He's asking that the Sheriff's Office release her without filing charges or formal bail conditions. He says this isn't the final decision on whether or not she'll face charges, but he believes it's the correct decision at this time.
Amanda, thank you. Madison police have arrested a man in connection with a homicide at the Red Roof Inn. Officers say 19-year-old Jalen Kane Roberson was arrested on a first-degree intentional homicide charge. The Dane County Medical Examiner says the victim is 18-year-old Dembo Jame of Madison. Officers were called to the Red Roof Inn on Hayes Road Tuesday night. Police say Jame was found in the parking lot with a gunshot wound. Violent Crimes Unit detectives believe that Jame was specifically targeted.
Madison police have arrested a suspect after a teenager was shot last month. Police say 17-year-old Gavin Jones was arrested for the incident that happened last month on Jackson Road. Witnesses told police they saw several men outside armed with handguns. Officials say a teenager was outside the apartment building when he was shot, and say at the time of the shooting, an 11-month-old baby and 2 other people were inside the building. Jones could face a charge of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. Another hot and humid day today, and it looks like this will be the pattern throughout the weekend. Let's check in now with Gary. Hi, Gary.
Not only for this weekend, but for all of next week, and now it looks like it'll continue into the following week as well. We have alert days in the forecast for the 4th of July tomorrow, Sunday, and now we've added Monday in as well, because it looks like high temperatures all 3 days will be in the lower 90s with heat index values mid to upper 90s the next couple of days, and around 100 on Monday when the humidity levels start to increase a little bit more. Visible cloud track shows plenty of sunshine across Wisconsin. A couple of showers and thunderstorms have popped up right along the lake breeze front near Lake Michigan, and a couple in central Wisconsin. Those are drifting into the northern and northeastern parts of our viewing area, but about 90% of the people right now are not seeing any rain. High temperature in Madison hit 90 officially for the first time this summer. We've hit 89 4 times, but haven't hit the 90-degree mark. We're at 87 right now. Janesville still at 90, as is Lone Rock. It feels like 91 in Madison and Janesville, thanks to dew point temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s. Some areas have dew points in the 70s. So look for a slight chance for an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise partly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures dropping into the middle 60s by morning. Our 4th of July Saturday will be sunny, hot, and humid with a high of 91. Heat index from 93 to 98. And later on, I'll take a look if there are any prospects for at least temporary breaks to the heat over the next 10 days.
Gary, thank you. Scientists are studying a new strain of coronavirus that Dr. Anthony Fauci warns could be more contagious.
Our Gabriella Becerra asked local health professionals what this means and if it's something we'll see here in Madison. Gabriella?
Scientists are in the process of confirming a mutation that could cause the virus to spread more easily from person to person, but not necessarily resulting in worse outcomes. A local health professional says testing would let us know if that strain is here in Madison. Nearly half a year into a pandemic, some health professionals would say coronavirus is pretty good at its job.
This virus has evolved to be very successful at doing what it's supposed to do, which is causing a pandemic.
A virus that some thought would have left with the heat in July.
The normal thing would have been, yes, that it disappears over the summer and then it comes back in the fall, but it hasn't really done that.
Now scientists are studying a new, possibly more infectious strain of the virus.
It has evolved to become more infectious, meaning that it's spreading more more easily from person to person.
UW Health Nasia Safdar says testing would tell us if that strain is infecting our population.
While it does appear to be the dominant strain worldwide, we don't know exactly what proportion in our population is caused by the new strain versus the other.
With more than 30,000 cases statewide, regardless of the strain, Safdar says it's now more important than ever to not let our guard down.
We should be ever more vigilant about the physical distancing and the masking piece, now knowing what we know.
Adding that these simple interventions could be our best tool in fighting the virus.
I think it's very sensitive to human behavior.
That's until a vaccine is reached. Dr. Safdar predicts an uptick in local hospitalizations by mid-July. She says that while a lot of our local cases here are people in their 20s, those people who end up in the hospital are still those who generally are the more at-risk population.
Gabriella, thank you. Wisconsin's total confirmed COVID-19 cases has surpassed the 30,000 mark. That's according to combined data from state and county officials. There have been 30,438 cases, and today we saw another 624 people test positive. So far, 797 people have died from the virus, but nearly 80% of all positive cases have made a recovery. 18% of those cases remain active. The U.S. hit 52,000 daily coronavirus cases. That's another record high number. California, Texas, and Florida are leading the surge, with Florida tracking the highest 7-day average of new infections in the country. Yesterday, the Sunshine State recorded more than 10,000 new cases. Beaches are now off limits across southern Florida, and Miami-Dade County officials in Miami set a curfew between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Nothing more American than making a sacrifice by staying home to keep a family member safe, a neighbor safe, or a stranger safe.
Nearly 24 states are stopping or adjusting reopening plans. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are requiring out-of-towners from 8 hotspot states to quarantine when crossing their borders. If you're planning on hitting state parks this weekend, plan on bringing a mask and being prepared to social distance.
That's the advice of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. Amy Reed shows us how they're hoping people stay safe this weekend.
Devil's Lake is easily one of the most popular spots in the state. Add in a hot holiday weekend, and the WDNR says you should get here early before it reaches capacity. The DNR said because of the virus, it's hard to say what the weekend will bring. People have been advised to avoid unnecessary travel, but with months in quarantine, they think people will want to get out. They encourage mask wearing and social distancing.
Try to maintain that 6 feet, like I said. Be as mindful as possible to all the other people that may be sensitive to the coronavirus, and to make sure you're practicing the social distancing.
They are limiting capacity based on how much parking is at each park. They've closed shelters, but bathrooms depend on the park. And keep in mind other safety precautions for the holiday weekend: boat and water safety and staying hydrated. Reporting at Devil's Lake, Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
As people in Madison celebrate the 4th of July this weekend, they'll be able to head out to the beaches. According to the city, a beach will be open when the swim ropes are in place. The beach is cleaned by staff, and the water quality is deemed acceptable by Public Health Madison-Dane County. The city's website says due to limited staffing, no lifeguards will be on duty at beaches, and restrooms will remain closed. A list of city beaches can be found on our website, channel3000.com.
Thousands of Americans are expected to gather tonight and tomorrow to see President Trump headline Independence Day celebrations in South Dakota. More than 7,000 attendees are expected to attend the event at Mount Rushmore for the National Memorial's first fireworks display in 10 years. And though the state's governor says face masks will be provided, attendees will not be required to wear them or social distance.
It's going to be a fireworks display like few people have seen.
Nobody really knows what will happen after this event, if people leave and contract the virus, expose all of the visitors.
Native American groups plan to demonstrate at the president's event in South Dakota.
Meanwhile, in Washington, preparations are underway for the July 4th celebrations that will take place on the National Mall. According to the Department of the Interior, there will be flyovers and more than 10,000 fireworks. 300,000 face masks will be handed out. The department says people are strongly encouraged to wear face coverings and social distance when social distancing isn't possible.
Airports and airlines expect the 4th of July holiday weekend to be the busiest travel days since mid-March, but passenger traffic is down about 75% from last year. Every airline does social distancing differently. There are no regulations requiring an airline to do it. United notifies flyers when the plane is more than 70% full, allowing them to change if they want. United says only about 2% of flyers actually change their flights.
There's more to come tonight at 5. When we come back, Milwaukee's mayor is calling on the city to be peaceful after an uptick in homicides. And then coming up tonight at 6, how people will be celebrating Independence Day differently this year as Wisconsin experiences a spike in coronavirus cases. That story is coming up at 6.
It's time to celebrate at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 50% off all appliances, plus 18 months financing with no minimum purchase, and free doorstep drop-off from Wisconsin's own Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Constant hand washing causes hands to dry and crack. Try O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. When it's made with love, it's made to be shared.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Get a $150 MasterCard during Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale when you take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Now's the time to save 35% store-wide plus an extra 5% off. On top of that, free no-contact shipping. Get amazing deals priced to sell out like any size Sealy, $99. Twin bed, $299. 5-piece patio set or a 7-piece dining set, $399. Power lift chair or these sofas, $499. Hurry, Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale ends soon.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every Toyota hybrid vehicle is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops per gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. See your dealer or shop and buy online. Right now, you can lease a new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for $239 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Ashley Home Store's 4th of July one-day sale is Saturday only. Save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout with no minimum purchase. And interest-free financing for 3 years. Saturday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Tonight at 6, an update on how the DNR is keeping state parks safe during what could be a busy weekend and how people will be celebrating Independence Day differently this year as Wisconsin experiences a spike in coronavirus cases.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says the last 4 years there's been a reduction in homicides in the city, but there's also been a large increase in 2020.
As of this morning, there have been 86 homicides in the city of Milwaukee. Last year on this date, there were 43. Exactly a 100% increase in homicides in the city of Milwaukee in 1 year.
Mayor Barrett, along with Community Task Force MKE, are calling for peace ahead of the Independence Day weekend.
Earlier today, fire crews responded to a house fire in Marshall. It happened on the 500 block of Hubble Street just before 10. The Marshall police chief says no one was injured and no one was in the home at the time of the fire. The cause remains under investigation. One officer involved in the death of a black man who was placed in a chokehold by Denver police has been fired. Documents from prosecutors show that one of the 3 white officers who stopped Elijah McClain has been fired over photos showing colleagues reenacting the chokehold that was used before the black man died last year. Nearly 10 months ago, a 911 call reported that McClain was acting unusual, wearing a ski mask. He was not armed, nor had he committed a crime. The prosecutor's report said Aurora officer Jason Rosenblatt tried to use a chokehold on McClain last August, but couldn't because of his position, so another officer did. 2 months later, Rosenblatt received photos from 3 fellow officers who smiled as they mimicked the chokehold at the site where McClain was stopped. None of the officers have been charged.
A new criminal complaint alleges a fellow soldier at Fort Hood killed Vanessa Guillen and hid her body with the help of his girlfriend. The complaint says that suspect, Cecily Aguilar's boyfriend, Specialist Aaron Robinson, struck Guillen in the head with a hammer multiple times, killing her on base before placing her in a box. Robinson then allegedly picked up Aguilar to help him dispose of the body. According to the complaint, they attempted to dismember and burn the body before burying remains. Robinson died by suicide Wednesday morning. Army investigators say Robinson was not in Guillen's chain of command and that there is no credible evidence so far that he or anyone else sexually harassed her.
How are we going to believe their own internal investigation on themselves? We believe that he murdered her because she was going to report the sexual harassment.
The Army says it has called for an external investigation into sexual harassment claims at Fort Hood.
Republican Senator Ron Johnson is withdrawing his proposal to replace the federal observance of Columbus Day with Juneteenth. Senator Johnson said the amendment was meant to protect taxpayers from having to fund an 11th paid holiday for federal employees. Senator Johnson said, quote, "Let me reiterate, I suggested Columbus Day for the swap because few Americans in the private sector get it as a paid holiday, and as a result, it is lightly celebrated and would not be disruptive to most American schedules. I was in no way deprecating Christopher Columbus's achievements or expressing any value judgment regarding his place in history."
All right, let's get a look at your first warned weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a scorching holiday weekend forecast. Gary.
Well, we hit 90 degrees officially in Madison for the first time this year. We've hit 89 4 times, including yesterday, but haven't hit the 90-degree mark. We did today, and we're expected to do so not only for tomorrow, but for Sunday and Monday as well. And with dew point temperatures in the middle 60s this weekend, afternoon heat index readings will be in the middle to the upper 90s. Now, humidity levels might increase a little bit more as we head into Monday. That could lead to a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm, but the heat index reading could be closer to 100 degrees on Monday. So that's why we've added that in as an alert day. And quite frankly, I could make the argument that just about every day next week could be an alert day for heat and humidity. Wednesday and Thursday, especially when the chances of rain are low and high temperatures could be in the lower to middle 90s with heat index readings into the triple digits. High-resolution Doppler radar, some showers and thunderstorms have developed along a lake breeze front moving in from Lake Michigan, moving mainly through Dodge and Jefferson counties. A couple of showers here in Dane County, a couple of showers and thunderstorms up to the north and west. But as you can see, about 80 to 90% of our viewing area right now doesn't have any rain. And these showers and thunderstorms will die out pretty quickly once the sun goes down tonight because they lose the instability of the heat of the day. But there's not going to be much in the way of rain chances over the next week and a half, really, to break the heat. This is future track precipitation, and this starts at midnight early Tuesday morning. So this takes into account any rain that might fall this weekend, and you can see generally almost no rain expected over southern Wisconsin. Now, there will be a few places like we're seeing that could get a brief heavy downpour, but there'll be many places that don't see any rain at all. But if you put into motion all the rain that's expected from the weather systems and thunderstorm chances next week, and we go into the end of the week, maybe a ½ inch of rain generally on average, and it could be even less than that. Again, some areas will pick up 1 or 2 inches if they get caught under a couple of the heavier thunderstorms. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast: it's going to be hot with highs in the lower 90s through Monday. The humidity levels, which will have dew point temperatures in the middle 60s this weekend, we'll see those dew points rise into the upper 60s to the lower 70s as we head into next week. So hot weather with highs in the lower 90s for Wednesday and Thursday, and upper 80s expected for Tuesday and Friday, when there'll be just a little bit better chance for thunderstorms. You can see what a heat wave looks like on the satellite view, because notice how there's very little in the way of cloudiness through much of the Pacific Ocean, much of the United States. You can see, you know, thunderstorms popping up in the mountains, a few heat of the day thunderstorms like we're seeing up here in Wisconsin, a little bit more thunderstorm activity down to the south, but much of the country not seeing precipitation because the atmosphere is expanding as it heats up, and that suppresses thunderstorm development in a lot of areas unless you can get enough heat to really poke up through that cap and get a thunderstorm to go. Plus, high pressure near the surface is located very close to us. That's also helping to keep a lid on things, and will probably drift back westward to be almost right over us for the weekend. So temperatures right now that are in the 80s for the most part, upper 80s, and dew point temperatures in the 60s to around 70 means that heat index values are in the upper 80s to the lower 90s, and expect these right through the weekend and through much of next week. For tomorrow, our 4th of July will be a sunny, hot, and humid day with a high of 91, and the afternoon heat index from 93 to 98. Not looking for any thunderstorms tomorrow. Again, alert days in the forecast through Monday, but temperatures very similar to that all the way through next week, through next weekend, and into the start of the following week. Humid conditions every day. Best chances for thunderstorms will be Tuesday and Friday. Just slight chances on other days, and next weekend actually looks to be dry. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, very quiet for the day before a holiday. Normally on a Friday before a Saturday, 4th of July, you'd see much more traffic on the Beltline, but not very much out there. Traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limit on the Beltline, as well as I-39, 90, 94 to the east of Madison. Heading out of Madison to the south, you can see traffic pretty much at the posted speed limit. There's a stalled vehicle where the highway's already 3 lanes in each direction, so not having much of an effect on traffic on I-39, 90 near exit 147, the county highway N exit. And you can see the same thing at exit 106, just past the I-39 junction. Stalled vehicle, but not having any effect on traffic heading north or northwest of Madison. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the Packers giving an update to fans attending games at Lambeau this year. That's just ahead at 5.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ashley Home Store's 4th of July one-day sale is Saturday only. Save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout with no minimum purchase. And interest-free financing for 3 years. Saturday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Saving money in your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Enhance your home's exterior with lights from the Holiday Collection by Patriot Lighting. They feature an oil-rubbed bronze finish with clear glass. Get 11% off. The Chatham 2 LED outdoor wall light from Patriot Lighting features a weathered patina finish and includes an LED bulb to help reduce energy costs. Get 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
America, we want to help get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer. Finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Getting your air ducts thoroughly cleaned takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. Our equipment goes deep inside your ducts, removing years of dirt, pet hair, allergens, even dust mites. Unlike other air duct cleaning companies, Stanley Steamer cleans your entire system. Just look at how much dirt can be removed. Call today for a free inspection and save $50 on a cleaning.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, U.S. Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without foop. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
It's time to celebrate at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 50% off all appliances, plus 18 months financing with no minimum purchase, and free doorstep drop-off from Wisconsin's own Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
The Green Bay Packers owners say fans might not be able to attend games this season. The organization says it remains optimistic, but there is that possibility that Lambeau Field will be unable to host any fans this year. If fans are able to attend, they will be required to wear face coverings. The Packers are asking season ticket holders to begin considering their options for this season, asking them to opt in, which will give them a chance to reserve tickets this year. Those who choose to opt out will have their 2020 payment refunded or credited to 2021.
The Washington Redskins say they will undergo a thorough review of the team's name. This comes as FedEx, which has naming rights to the stadium, requested that the team change the name. Sponsors Nike and Pepsi are also under pressure to sever ties with the team unless they change their name. Recently, Nike removed all of the Redskins merchandise from their website.
Baseball season hasn't even started, but Major League Baseball announced today that the 2020 All-Star Game, which was scheduled to be hosted by the Dodgers, is being canceled. With the Atlanta Braves already hosting the 2021 All-Star Game in Atlanta, the Dodgers will now host the next available Midsummer Classic in 2022.
With baseball's return, the Brewers are keeping up with their tradition of releasing their annual spoof ahead of the season.
Suter, we have enough road to get up to 88?
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Pitcher Brent Suter and infielder Keston Hiura play the combo of Dr. Emmett Brown and Marty McFly in the Brewers spinoff of Back to the Future, which is celebrating its 35th anniversary of the film today. Other players that made appearances in the short film are Coach Murphy, Ryan Braun, Kristen Yelich, Craig Counsell, Lorenzo Cain, and of course, Hank the Dog. The Brewers are set to begin their season either July 23rd or 24th.
We're all ready for some baseball. All right, a final check of your first warn forecast, a hot one for the weekend when we return.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Cross something important off your list. Free installation on all windows, siding, and doors. And no interest for 1 year. The biggest sale of the year is here.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Kindness makes a world of difference at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Save at least $300 on stressless recliners and office chairs. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. There's never been a better time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort of stressless seating. Be kind and save generously at the Century House.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies.
That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Help get you back to it. And here's how with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer. Finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress, any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, new coronavirus cases continuing to rise heading into the holiday weekend. AAA predicts the first drop-off in summer travel in a decade. So we'll take a look at just how Americans plan to celebrate this Independence Day. Plus, our series Racing to a Cure and how plasma therapy may help those with COVID-19. We'll meet a patient who says the treatment saved his life. And we go on the road to visit a new kind of drive-through serving up the American dream. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And Gary's here with a final check of the weather.
A couple of thunderstorms out there. Right now, a couple over Dodge and northern Jefferson County, west of Waterloo, Watertown, and over toward the city of Jefferson. A couple more showers, mainly north and west of the Dells up in Juneau County. Temperatures right now, upper 80s to around 90, still 90 in Lone Rock, 92 in Boscobel. Heat index readings are in the lower to middle 90s with dew point temperatures approaching 70 in many areas. Look for a hot and humid 4th of July holiday with a high of 91 and heat index readings up into the mid to upper 90s, and hot and humid weather continuing all the way through next week.
Well, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.